Once upon a time, there was a huge forest in which many animals and birds lived. Each animal or bird had its own special kind of feature. There lived a very powerful elephant in that forest. There also lived many monkeys on different trees who could jump very high, and many cute rabbits lived peacefully under those trees. There were many different types of birds living in the forest, some of which had very large wings and could fly at great heights, but some birds were very small and were used to fly low. Different animals and birds had different characteristics. In this forest, a small, very cute deer lived with his parents. The name of this deer was Zippy. Zippy could neither run the fastest nor jump the highest. Neither could he fly high in the sky like birds, nor did he have the power to uproot trees like an elephant. Zippy was just a cute little deer, but Zippy had something due to which all the animals and birds of the forest considered him their leader. In situations of danger, all the animals and birds of the forest used to get scared and start crying, but Zippy was the only one who did not cry like all the other animals and birds. He closed his eyes and calmed his mind and thought about how to save everyone from that trouble. Zippy thought not just about himself, but about all the animals and birds. Courage is such a great quality that it is not necessary for the most powerful or the fastest runner. Anyone can have it. For this reason, the entire forest considered Zippy as their leader. There lived an evil hunter far away from this forest. He used to hunt animals and birds by shooting arrows. One day he kept his bow and many arrows in his car. Sitting in the car, he said,
"Today I will hunt many animals and birds."
He turned the key and started his car, put it in gear, and he set out on the road that led straight towards the forest. When the hunter was at some distance from the forest, a bird flying in the sky saw his car coming towards the forest. The little bird got scared when she saw the hunter coming and cried,
"The hunter is coming! He will hurt me with an arrow!"
When other birds flying in the sky heard the sound of the crying bird, they all got scared and started crying. "The hunter is coming! He will hurt us with an arrow." When so many birds flying in the sky started crying together, the monkeys sitting on the trees also got scared after hearing the words of the birds, and all of them also started saying, "The hunter is coming! He will hurt us with an arrow." When the rabbits playing under the trees heard the sound of monkeys crying, they also started crying and started saying, "The hunter is coming! He will hurt us with an arrow." In this way, seeing each other, all the animals and birds of the forest started crying one by one, and their crying together made so much noise that even the most powerful animal of the forest, elephant, also got scared and started crying. When all the animals and birds in the forest were crying, Zippy was the only one who remained calm. Zippy knew how would he save them if he starts crying like everyone else. Zippy was the leader of them all, and he had to save everyone at any cost. Zippy closed his eyes and calmed his mind and thought about how to save everyone from this trouble. Soon Zippy got an idea, and he made a plan. Zippy called the elephant with a loud voice.
"Elephant, you are so powerful, so why are you afraid of a simple hunter?"
The elephant replied to Zippy in a fearful tone.
"Zippy, Hunter has sharp arrows. How will I save myself from those arrows? If I get hit by an arrow, it will be very painful."
Zippy seeks the help of Elephant and says,
"Elephant, do you trust me? I will not let the arrow hit you. I have made a plan by which we can save everyone. Will you support me?"
The elephant had complete trust in the leadership of Zippy. This time the elephant replies to Zippy in a calm voice.
"Zippy, you are our leader. I will do whatever you say. Tell me what to do."
Zippy then reminds the elephant of his unparalleled strength and guides him on how to use this strength for the protection of others.
You are the most powerful animal in the whole forest. Only you can do this work. You need to uproot a big tree with your trunk, and then you have to throw it on the road through which the hunter is coming towards the forest. Due to closure of this road, the hunter will have to leave his car there, due to which he will take a lot of time to reach the forest. Taking advantage of this time, I will save the remaining animals and birds.
While agreeing to be a part of Zippy's plan, the elephant raises his one last concern and says,
Zippy, this plan is good. But when I go near the road to block it with a tree, how will I survive if the hunter shoots me with an arrow?
Zippy replies, while looking into the elephant's eyes.
There is nothing to be afraid of, elephant. After blocking the road with a tree, you quickly run towards the forest. By the time the hunter's car reaches that point and the hunter comes out of the car, you will be far away from his sight, and he will not even see you.
Bowing his head slightly, the elephant agrees to Zippy and says,
You have planned very well, Zippy. I will do exactly as you have told me.
After that, the elephant, using his trunk, uproots a huge tree. He takes it and throws it on the same road on which the hunter's car is going to arrive after some time. When the hunter comes driving his car at high speed and finds a huge tree lying in the middle of the road, he loses control of his car and his car collides with the tree. The wheel of the car comes out and smoke starts coming out from the engine of the car. The hunter comes out of the car, and when he sees the bad condition of his car, he gets very angry. The hunter takes out his bow and some arrows from the car and starts walking towards the forest. Meanwhile, Zippy says to the crying birds,
Why are you all crying? There is nothing to be afraid of. All of you, move towards the sky. Give your all and fly as high as you can. Even if the hunter shoots an arrow at you, his arrow will not reach you.
Hearing Zippy's words, all the birds stop crying, and one of the wise birds asks Zippy.
Why didn't such a simple solution come to our mind?
Zippy says,
If cry instead of thinking, when a problem arises, we cannot find a solution to even the smallest of problems.
After this, all the birds listen to Zippy and fly towards the high sky. Seeing the birds flying towards the sky, a monkey sitting on a tree asks Zippy,
Zippy, you have saved the birds. But we monkeys don't know how to fly. Then how will you save us?
After thinking for a moment, Zippy says to all the monkeys,
Monkeys, all of you quickly climb up to the highest branches of the dense trees. When the hunter would look up, he will only see the lower branches and leaves. He will not see you.
Hearing this, all the monkeys become very happy. They all praise Zippy's wisdom and intelligence, and then quickly go and hide in the highest branches of the dense trees. Similarly, one by one, Zippy starts saving all the animals of the forest. After some time, the hunter reaches the forest and, placing an arrow on his bow, says,
Today I got very tired. Now I will not leave the animals and birds of this forest.
But even after wandering in the forest for a long time, he is unable to shoot anyone with an arrow. He neither sees any elephant nor any monkey. Even birds are flying so high in the sky that none of Hunter's arrow could reach them. All his arrows get wasted, and only one last arrow is left with him. Then the hunters suddenly sees Zippy. Zippy became so busy saving all the animals and birds that he forgot to take care of himself. When the hunter sees Zippy, he understands that this little cute deer is the leader of all the creatures living in the forest. The hunter pulls the bow of his bow and says,
Okay, boy, you are the leader of all of them. It is because of you that I could not kill anyone today. Because of you, my car also broke down. Now I am giving you this last arrow.
Saying this, the hunter shoots the arrow at Zippy, and the arrow hits Zippy's leg. As soon as the arrow hits Zippy, he screams loudly in pain and falls to the ground with a thud. Zippy feels so much pain that the echo of his moan is heard in the entire forest, hearing which all the animals and birds forget all their fear and become filled with anger. They all say together,
You shot our dear little leader. Now we will not spare you.
Birds flying high in the sky quickly come down towards the hunter to peck at him, and they start pecking at him one by one. The monkeys pluck lots of bananas, apples, and other fruits from the trees and start throwing them at the hunter, which causes great injury to him. Meanwhile, hearing the moaning sound of Zippy, the powerful elephant, filled with anger, also reaches there. Saying this, the elephant picks up the hunter in his trunk and throws him in the air. The hunter falls very fast on the ground. He understands that this forest has a good leader like Zippy who protects everyone before himself, and that is why all the animals and birds love their leader more than their own lives. Yelling,
Sorry, I will never come to this forest again.
the hunter runs away from there and never returns to the forest. Then all the animals pick up their leader and take him to the doctor. The doctor bandages Zippy's leg and gives him medicine. In a few days, Zippy becomes completely fine, and he starts playing with everyone like before, and everyone starts loving him much more than before.
If you like this video by Ryu Animation Studio, give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Our aim is to develop great qualities in our children, and for this we endeavor to create something better next time with focus on another great quality.